If there was ever a moment for the Dallas Cowboys front office to rise up and make a bold move, this is it. Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones, Will McClay. The time to act is now. For far too long, there's been a glaring hole in this Cowboys defense, a lack of true veteran presence at the cornerback position. They've been patching it up, hoping the young talent develops, hoping things click. But hope isn't a strategy. Championship teams don't wait. They attack. And now, the opportunity has arrived. Reports out of Green Bay are clear. The Packers are planning to part ways with cornerback Jaire Alexander, one of the league's premier shutdown defenders, when healthy. This isn't just a potential roster move. This is a gift-wrapped answer to a problem Dallas has been trying to solve for years. Here's the kicker. Alexander isn't just a fit on the field. He's a fit for Brian Schottenheimer's aggressive style. He's the kind of veteran who brings swagger, leadership, and an edge that could transform this secondary. And guess what? He won't break the bank. This move fits Stephen Jones's budget-conscious approach. No excuses, no waiting, no, we'll see how camp goes. The moment is here. Cowboys Nation has watched for too long as opportunities passed by. This is the kind of move that says we're serious about a Super Bowl run. It's time to stop watching and start acting. The Cowboys knew exactly what they were doing. They were waiting for the post-June 1st wave, a time when talented veterans become unexpectedly available. And now, one of the most valuable names on that list is officially in play, Jaire Alexander. This isn't just any cut. This is a golden opportunity. Alexander is only 28 years old. He just hit that mark this February. That's still prime time for a cornerback, especially one with his resume. Yes, he's battled through a few injuries, but when he's on the field, he's elite. We've seen that kind of durability concern with Trevon Diggs too. The difference, Alexander is expected to be fully ready to go for the start of the season. That matters. That's the kind of immediate availability Dallas desperately needs. Let's be clear, this isn't a gamble. This is a strategic upgrade. Alexander brings playoff experience, elite man coverage ability, and the confidence to line up against any team's number one receiver. He's done it before, and he can still do it now. But it gets even better. Adding a player like Alexander would give the Cowboys something they've been chasing for years: flexibility in the secondary. It would allow Darren Bland, who's already proven himself as an outstanding playmaker, to slide into the slot, where he's at his absolute best. In today's NFL, where offenses are constantly spreading, defenses thin, and attacking from the inside out, having a dominant nickel corner is not optional. It's essential. And Bland, he's that guy. He's the best nickel option on this roster. Pairing him inside with Alexander and Diggs outside, that's not just a strong secondary. That's a championship caliber unit. This is the kind of move that changes your season before a single snap is played. In today's NFL, the slot isn't a luxury. It's a battleground. Offensive coordinators are scheming their top receivers into the middle of the field more than ever before. It's where mismatches are born and where defenses get exposed. And that's exactly why a player like Jaire Alexander is so important for the Cowboys. Bringing him in opens the door for Darren Bland to return to the slot, a position where he thrives. That alone makes the defense instantly more versatile. From there, you can rotate Keely Ringo, Nahshon Wright, or whoever emerges as the next best option on the outside. That added flexibility, it's not just depth, it's insurance. It's a safety net against injuries, matchups, and playoff caliber offenses that will test every inch of your coverage. Let's be real. If Dallas makes this move, we're not just talking about playoff potential anymore. Adding Jaire Alexander elevates this roster from maybe to legitimate threat. This isn't just another body in the secondary. This is a proven leader with elite tools and postseason experience. And when you start lining up elite veterans at every level, offense, defense, special teams, expectations shift. Suddenly, it's not about if the Cowboys can make noise in January. It's about how far they can go. This is the kind of acquisition that redefines the ceiling. It puts Dallas in that top-tier conversation, shoulder to shoulder, with the best teams in football. And for a fan base starving for a return to glory, this isn't just a roster decision. It's a statement. Let's address the noise. The people saying Jaire Alexander is washed. Really? Let's look at the facts. Even in a season where he was limited to just 7 games, Alexander made a massive impact. According to team metrics, the Packers allowed nearly 10% fewer completions when he was on the field. That's not speculation. That's hard evidence of elite coverage ability. His presence alone shifts the entire defense. By week 14 of last season, despite barely playing, Alexander had already registered 7 passes defensed, giving him the 3rd highest ball hawk rate among all outside corners, who were targeted at least 20 times. Think about that. Limited action, and still among the best at disrupting plays. And it doesn't stop there. Throughout his career, Alexander has consistently forced tight windows. In 2020, he posted an absurd 42% tight window rate, meaning nearly half the time a quarterback dared throw his way, the receiver had no space. That's elite. That's shutdown corner territory. Fast forward to 2024, and even in limited time, the receivers Alexander covered had a negative target EPA, meaning he didn't just slow them down, he erased them. Quarterbacks lost expected points just by throwing in his direction. This is not a player on the decline. This is a weapon, a technician, a disruptor. If Dallas has the chance to add a corner who still commands this level of respect and production, even after a tough season, they cannot afford to pass. Alexander isn't just still good, he's still dangerous. Let's break it down with the numbers that matter. In 2023, Jaire Alexander posted a -3.5 coverage EPA. That means when quarterbacks targeted his assignment, the offense actually lost expected points. Let that sink in. He wasn't just limiting production. He was actively shutting it down. His catch rate allowed over expectation was -6%. Translation? He made good receivers look average, and average receivers disappear. And then there's the stat that jumps off the page, a 23% ball hawk rate, the highest of his career. Even in a year plagued by injury, Alexander was still making game-changing plays. This isn't a player trying to recapture former glory. He's still in the thick of it, still dangerous, and still one of the most technically sound corners in the league. Now here's where it gets really interesting for Dallas. The Cowboys are sitting on $31 million in cap space. They've reportedly earmarked $20 to $22 million for in-season flexibility. Fine. That still leaves about $10 to $11 million to work with. And guess what? That's right in the ballpark of what it would take to land Jaire Alexander. Even better, the price might be dropping due to injury concerns. And that's exactly the kind of calculated risk this front office needs to take if they're serious about winning now. The money is there. The fit is perfect. The need is obvious. What are we waiting for? This move could be the one that pushes the Cowboys from playoff hopefuls to true contenders. The front office, Jerry, Steve, and Will, they have the chance to make a statement right now. All eyes should be on this. It's time to wake up. This is the moment where the Cowboys front office needs to lock in. Will McClay, your scouting eye has to be sharp. Brian Schottenheimer, make the calls, study the film, get the feel. Because by every measure that counts, Jaire Alexander is a competitor. We've seen it with our own eyes. This man shows up in the clutch. Remember that playoff battle with CeeDee Lamb? Alexander didn't back down an inch. He thrives in those moments. He wants the smoke. And in a league where matchups decide everything, that's the kind of energy Dallas needs in its secondary. He's a true outside corner, capable of playing press man, exactly what this defensive scheme under Mike Zimmer is built around. You need corners who can survive on an island, corners who can punch first and cover deep. Jaire Alexander checks every one of those boxes. This isn't just a good fit. This is a perfect fit. If the Cowboys pull this off, it's a game-changing move. One that would raise expectations across the board. Suddenly, this team isn't just in the mix. They're on a mission. To every fan out there asking if this is the right time to go all in. Yes. Right now, the Packers held on to him as long as they could. But that moment we've all been waiting for, it's here. It's go time.